For Media Watch, and I'm joined here in the studio by James Creedon. Hello, James.
Good evening, Tom.
Now, pollution in Paris has been very much a sort of front-page story the last couple of days. The smog levels seem to be hitting record highs.
That's right, with lots of dramatic images hitting social media, Tom, and the front pages of the newspapers today. I mean, it's hardly, I suppose, the most important story of the moment, but it was on the front page of Libération today. It was on the top of the Le Monde .fr website for much of the day. Dramatic photos such as this one on social media showing, that one by Stefan de Vries, a Dutch journalist based in Paris, showing the contrast between Paris, the Paris skyline on an ordinary day and what we're seeing at the moment.
I didn't even see that. That was a picture underneath it. Oh,
That's
goodness.
right. I mean, you wouldn't even notice it, exactly. And people saying on Twitter that when you can't even make out the shape of the Eiffel Tower, you know that there is a serious problem. This rather dramatic contrast also on Le Monde's website, Tom. You can see here this scene from the last 24 hours. And that, would you believe, was the same scene from 2010, just 4 years ago. So what we're hearing at the moment is that a lot of this is down to car pollution and exhausts. What I find perplexing about all that is that there don't seem to be that many more cars on the roads than 2010. So I wonder, are we getting a fully, a full explanation as to all of this? Some people then being a little bit facetious on social media too, pointing to the fact that it does lead to particularly beautiful sunsets at the moment. But I suppose we'd forego the sunsets if we could have slightly clearer skies. The front page of the left-leaning daily Libération today, enfumage or smoke screen. They are essentially saying that the measures that were taken by the municipal authorities, free public transport all weekend, for example, free auto leap cars, free public bikes, etc., in order to incite people away from their vehicles and into public transport, that this is not enough. It's not a concrete measure. It's not going to resolve the problem. It's PR, if anything. So that's what some people are saying. Comparisons to Beijing as well, although the pollution in Beijing is considerably worse. Indeed, there was an article just last month comparing the pollution in Beijing to a nuclear winter, in the sense that it's slowing down the photosynthesis of plants, which is something normally you'd associate with nuclear fallout. So we're not quite there yet.
No, but still a serious situation. We're going to go to Algeria now because in the run-up to presidential elections in the country, a surprising announcement, a private television station has been shut down.
That's right. Just a quick look at this story because it's an ongoing one. There is an accusation that the media is not being fully impartial on this one. The print media less so, but there were a couple of free and independent channels apart from the main state channel, opened up in the last couple of years, and one of them, Tom, has now been shut down. This is the news director of El Atlas TV making an appeal on YouTube to Algerian and foreign journalists asking for help, saying that the freedom of expression in the country is under attack. That channel basically was taken off the airwaves in the last 24 hours. Why? Because they interviewed members of the opposition candidates for the presidential election. Abdelaziz Bouteflika is running for his 4th term. So clearly in the powers that be would rather opposition members not get their fair say on air.
Okay, well, let's move on to something a little lighter now. It's been rather a popular Facebook posting the last couple of days. We've all seen it, I think, now. The First Kiss, it's called. Tell us more about it.
All right, well, let's roll the pictures. It's had almost 50 million views on YouTube, Tom, since the 10th of March. It's been a huge success. Essentially, it's a short film by Tatia Pliava, is how it's pronounced. And it touched a lot of people in the sense that these were people who had not kissed before on front of the camera, having to kiss. It later turned out, in fact, that it was actors and that all of this was in aid of Wren, W-R-E-N, which is a clothing brand. So it was a commercial move, but I suppose that doesn't detract from the fact that it was actually authentic first kisses between people who didn't know each other before that point, although they are actors, they're not strangers or regular folk. Now, it has been massively parodied. Let's take a look at this next series of images, which I think we have two of the many videos. This is First Slap. There you go. And the next one we have is First Sniff. There you go. So basically people having a lot of fun with that. I suppose because it was originally taken to be something entirely authentic. Now, before we go, I want to quickly play the next series of images. The French media has dug up this particular video called Le Baiser, which means The Kiss. It's a short film from 1990, Tom, by Pascal Ferrand, extremely similar to First Kiss. Some people wondering, was it actually inspired by Le Baiser, in which case you would imagine that they should have given some recognition to the fact that it was inspired by it. We don't know for sure, but Libération, the same left-leaning newspaper we were looking at earlier for the pollution story, says they prefer what they call the original version, Le Baiser.
Well, I haven't seen it, so I'll have to watch it afterwards and judge for myself. Thank you very much, James Creedon. That was Media Watch. Well, it's time now for Focus here on France 24. And the Muslim and Jewish communities in Denmark are alarmed